Have you ever felt that there is something within you that cannot be explained? A powerful intuition, a sense of a greater purpose, or even abilities that seem to transcend the ordinary? Perhaps you are one of the chosen ones, someone endowed with spiritual gifts that go beyond the limits of logic and reason. These gifts are not merely talents or natural abilities, but true manifestations of a connection with something greater. Those who possess them not only perceive the world in a different way, but also feel a profound calling to use them for their own benefit and that of the collective. But what exactly are these spiritual gifts? How do they manifest? And what is the true meaning of being chosen? Spiritual gifts are special abilities that cannot be explained solely by science or human learning. They arise spontaneously, often without the person fully understanding them. Unlike acquired skills, such as playing an instrument or learning a language, spiritual gifts are bestowed as a divine present and carry a greater purpose. These abilities do not appear by chance. They come into an individual's life as a calling, an invitation to awaken and walk a deeper path of connection with the divine. Many cultures and religious traditions acknowledge the existence of these gifts, and each has its own interpretation of their origin and function. In Christianity, for example, spiritual gifts are described as abilities given by the Holy Spirit to strengthen faith and serve others. In other traditions, these gifts are seen as a form of direct communication with the universe, allowing a person to comprehend hidden mysteries and influence the world around them. Whatever the perspective, one thing is certain: these gifts are not common, and those who possess them often feel a burden associated with that responsibility. One of the most striking characteristics of the chosen ones is the sense that there is something different about them. Many spend years without fully understanding their gifts, only noticing that they see the world in a unique way. This perception may manifest itself through a keen intuition, premonitory dreams, deep empathy, or even the ability to heal. Others may develop subtler skills, such as the ability to perceive energies or interpret messages that seem to come from an invisible source. Regardless of how these gifts manifest, they all carry a purpose: to help guide oneself and others on a higher spiritual journey. The chosen ones frequently face challenges that make them question their mission. Many feel that they do not fit the conventional standards of society, and their experiences may be met with skepticism by those who do not understand the spiritual world. This sense of isolation can be a test, a process through which they must pass to strengthen their faith and their connection with their gifts. Furthermore, there is the weight of responsibility. Possessing a gift means having the obligation to use it wisely and with discernment. Ignoring it can result in a deep feeling of emptiness, as if they were denying their true essence. Intuition is one of the most common spiritual gifts among the chosen. Those who possess this ability clearly feel when something is about to happen, even without any concrete evidence. This intuition can manifest as a premonition about people, places, or events, guiding them to make the right decisions at the right time. For many, this feeling is so strong that it becomes impossible to ignore. If you have ever experienced that sense of knowing without a rational explanation, it may be a sign that intuition is one of your spiritual gifts. Another powerful gift is deep empathy, the ability to feel the emotions of others as if they were your own. Chosen ones who possess this gift not only understand what others are feeling, but also absorb these emotions intensely. This can be a blessing, allowing them to help and comfort those who suffer, but it can also be a burden, as they often feel overwhelmed by the emotional weight of the world around them. That is why it is essential to learn to balance this sensitivity, creating healthy boundaries so as not to become depleted. In addition to empathy, there are those who possess the gift of healing. This can manifest in different ways, from a touch that conveys comfort and well-being to more advanced abilities in energetic healing. Some people find that their mere presence is enough to calm others, as if they naturally exude a healing energy. Others develop specific techniques to channel this energy and help more intentionally. The gift of healing does not mean merely restoring the physical body, but also promoting emotional and spiritual balance in those in need. Clairvoyance is another spiritual gift that stands out among the chosen. This ability allows a person to have glimpses of the past, present, or future, either symbolically or literally. Some people have prophetic dreams, while others can perceive events before they happen. This gift can be frightening at first, especially for those who do not know how to deal with these visions. However, when well understood, clairvoyance becomes a valuable tool to guide decisions and understand the paths unfolding before us. Beyond these abilities, there is also the gift of spiritual communication, which allows the chosen to receive messages from the divine. This can happen in various ways, through dreams, signs, inner voices, or even the feeling of being guided by a higher force. This communication is a gift, but also requires responsibility, as it is not always easy to correctly interpret the messages received. Those who possess this gift often become messengers, helping to transmit wisdom and knowledge to those who seek guidance. Discovering and accepting your spiritual gifts is a process that can take time. Often they manifest subtly and only become evident when the person is ready to receive them. Paying attention to signs, dreams, and intuitions is essential to recognize these abilities. Additionally, seeking practices that strengthen the spiritual connection, such as meditation and prayer, can help develop these gifts in a more conscious and controlled manner. If you feel that you possess spiritual gifts, know that you are not alone. There are many others who have also gone through this process of discovery and learning. Finding a community that understands these experiences can be of great help, providing support and guidance. Remember that spiritual gifts are not just for personal benefit, but also to illuminate the path for others. Using them with wisdom and positive intention makes all the difference. These gifts are a direct connection with something greater, a reminder that there is a special purpose for each one of us. If you feel that you are one of the chosen, embrace this journey with courage and gratitude. Your path may not always be easy, but the light you carry within you has the power to transform lives. Accepting and developing spiritual gifts can be a true challenge, but it is also a transformative journey. Often, the chosen ones go through periods of uncertainty, doubt, and even fear regarding their abilities. After all, perceiving the world differently from others can be frightening. However, those who embrace their gifts find a deeper purpose and a greater connection with the divine. This is because these gifts are not merely individual talents, but instruments to fulfill a greater mission. Many people who discover their spiritual gifts feel a strong calling to help others. This need to serve can manifest in various ways. Some choose therapeutic paths, others become spiritual counselors, while there are those who simply offer words of comfort and hope to those in need. The most important thing is to understand that the gift should not be wasted or neglected, for it exists for a reason. When we accept this truth, we become instruments for something greater and begin to impact the lives of others in a significant way. One of the clearest signs that a person is chosen is the number of synchronicities that appear in their life. Synchronicities are those coincidences that seem to be messages sent by the universe. Seeing repeated numbers frequently, encountering people who bring exactly the answer you needed, or feeling that events are aligning in an almost magical way are examples of this. These signs indicate that you are on the right path and that your gift is strengthening. Paying attention to these events can help you better understand your mission and the purpose behind the experiences you live. Another important factor in the development of spiritual gifts is self-control. Many people who possess abilities such as deep empathy, clairvoyance, or strong intuition may feel overwhelmed by the excess of information and emotions they absorb from their environment. This can generate exhaustion, anxiety, and even mental confusion. Therefore, it is fundamental to learn to set limits and balance this sensitivity. Techniques such as meditation, prayer, and energetic protection rituals can be extremely useful to ensure that the gifts are used in a healthy and positive manner. The gift of empathy, for example, is one of the most challenging to deal with. Those who possess this ability feel other people's emotions so intensely that they may confuse them with their own feelings. This can be a burden, especially in environments laden with negative energy. Learning to filter these emotions and establish a protective barrier is essential so that this gift becomes a blessing and not a weight. Some practices that help in this process include visualizing a light around one's body, taking energetic baths, and avoiding overly dense environments whenever possible. For those who possess the gift of intuition, trusting this inner knowledge can be difficult at first. After all, society teaches us to depend more on logic and reason than on what we feel. However, when intuition manifests clearly and repeatedly, ignoring it can bring negative consequences. Many people realize that whenever they disregard their sensations and premonitions, they end up facing challenging situations. Learning to trust that inner voice and using it as a guiding tool can bring clarity and security to those who possess this gift. As for the chosen ones who have the gift of spiritual vision, they may experience events that go beyond human comprehension. Some of these individuals have prophetic dreams, while others are able to perceive spiritual presences or see beyond what is visible to the naked eye. This gift can be frightening at first, especially for those who do not fully understand their abilities. However, over time and with practice, many learn to interpret these messages and use them to guide their own lives and help others. Having patience with oneself and seeking spiritual guidance can be essential in this process. Spiritual gifts also require discipline and commitment. Unlike a talent that can be set aside without major consequences, ignoring a spiritual gift can bring about a sense of emptiness and disconnection. Many chosen ones report that when they try to repress their abilities, they end up feeling lost and purposeless. This happens because these gifts are not merely individual capacities, but tools that are part of each person's life mission. When we accept and develop these abilities, our lives gain a new meaning. Another important point is the impact of spiritual gifts on the personal journey. Having a gift means carrying a responsibility, but it also means being closer to understanding the mysteries of the universe. Many people who awaken to this reality realize that their lives will never be the same again. They begin to see the world with different eyes, to understand the invisible connections between events, and to feel a constant spiritual presence around them. This awakening can be challenging, but it also brings a sense of fulfillment that cannot be found in any other way. The challenges faced by the chosen ones are also part of this path. As mentioned, loneliness is one of the most common obstacles for those who possess spiritual gifts. Often, these individuals feel that no one around them can understand their experiences, which can lead them to isolate themselves. However, it is important to remember that there are many other people who share these experiences. Finding a community that values and understands these gifts can be a great relief and a boost to continue developing spiritually. In addition, the chosen ones need to deal with the judgment of others. Unfortunately, not everyone is prepared to accept the existence of spiritual gifts, and many may react with skepticism or even disdain. This can be demotivating, but it is part of the process of maturing. Learning not to depend on external approval and trusting your own experiences is one of the most important steps for anyone who wishes to follow this path with security and confidence. The final challenge that many face is the fear of the unknown. Possessing spiritual gifts means having access to a reality that most people do not perceive. This can be frightening, especially for those who were not taught how to deal with these experiences. However, this fear can be overcome when one understands that these gifts are presents and not threats. Learning to use them wisely and with discernment is the key to transforming fear into power and insecurity into confidence. Throughout history, many individuals endowed with spiritual gifts have been considered spiritual leaders, healers, and messengers of the divine. Their abilities made them beacons of light in the world, guiding those who sought understanding and direction. Today, these gifts continue to be equally important. Every person who possesses a gift has the potential to positively impact the lives of others, whether through words, actions, or simply by the energy they emanate. The journey of a chosen one is not simple, but it is extraordinary. It requires courage, patience, and a constant search for knowledge. However, those who embrace this path find a purpose that goes beyond ordinary life. If you feel that you possess spiritual gifts, do not ignore them. Develop them, understand them, and use them to bring light to the world. After all, gifts are not just a privilege, but a mission. Developing and using your spiritual gifts in a conscious and balanced manner is an ongoing process that requires dedication and discernment. Often, the chosen ones need to learn how to deal with the consequences of their abilities, whether emotional, energetic, or social. However, when understood and used correctly, these gifts become powerful tools to transform not only the life of the one who possesses them, but also the lives of those around them. One of the most effective ways to strengthen your gifts is to cultivate a routine of spiritual practices. This can include meditation, prayer, reading sacred texts, or moments of silent reflection. These practices help create a space of clarity and connection with the divine, allowing the gifts to manifest in a more balanced manner. Additionally, maintaining a spiritual routine strengthens energetic protection, preventing the chosen one from becoming overwhelmed by negative external energies. Another essential strategy for dealing with spiritual gifts is self-knowledge. The more you understand your own emotions, thought patterns, and reactions, the easier it becomes to identify when a gift is manifesting. Often, the chosen ones spend years without realizing the depth of their abilities, simply because they have not learned to observe themselves closely. Developing this awareness is a fundamental step in refining your gifts and using them wisely. Furthermore, it is important to remember that spiritual gifts are not static. They evolve over time. As a person deepens their spiritual journey, new gifts may arise, while others may transform or strengthen. This means that being open to learning and adaptation is essential. The path of the chosen ones is dynamic, and those who accept this evolution with humility find ever greater clarity about their purpose. Many times the chosen ones ask themselves, how can I use my gifts to help others? The answer lies in intention. When gifts are used with the purpose of bringing light, comfort, and guidance, they become even more powerful. Small gestures, such as listening to someone attentively, offering words of encouragement, or simply being present for those in need, already make a big difference. The important thing is to understand that spiritual gifts do not need grand demonstrations to be valuable. Sometimes the true mission of a chosen one lies in the subtlest details of everyday life. Another essential point is knowing when and how to share your gifts. Not everyone is prepared to understand or accept these abilities, and trying to force an explanation can lead to frustration. Therefore, it is important to trust your own intuition and recognize when the time is right to talk about your experiences. Discernment is a crucial tool to ensure that your gifts are used in a respectful and effective manner. Ultimately, spiritual gifts are both a gift and a responsibility. They require commitment, but they also offer a path of discovery and personal growth. Those who accept this journey with courage find a purpose that goes beyond ordinary existence. They become agents of transformation, guiding others toward the light and helping to create a more balanced and conscious world. If you have read this far, now I want to hear from you. Do you feel that you possess spiritual gifts? Have you had experiences that indicate a special connection with the divine? Share your stories in the comments, as each account can inspire and strengthen others who are walking the same path. And if you know someone who might benefit from this information, do not hesitate to share this video. Together, we can create a current of knowledge and light that spreads throughout the world. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to continue following more content on spirituality and spiritual gifts. And please, tell me in the comments where you are watching from. Let's strengthen this connection and spread this message even further.